Fine. So in the last session, we just gone through the process of invoice creation and how to process the payment by using just from the invoice workbench. By selecting the invoice, we process the payment. Where just so we seen that basic process, but just we taken the note as just we seen standard invoice creation. Okay, the relevant information also we discussed how we are able to access to multiple BUs from the single user, and how to set default business unit in the invoice workbench. Fine. Okay, so PO based invoice creation we'll see in the P2P cycle. The next topic is invoice creation via spreadsheet. Okay, we know in EBS we have web ADI, right? We have web ADI, application desktop integrator. So this functionality, when you talk about finance, it's limited to GL and FA. In GL we can create the journals, and in FA we can create the additions from this spreadsheet functionality, which we call as web ADI. The same web ADI in Fusion we are calling as ADFDI. Okay, ADFDI, application desktop framework in data integrated. Okay, application desktop framework data integrated. Okay, sorry, desktop I mentioned, development, application development framework data integrator. By using that ADF technology, they built this function. That is the reason they named it as a ADFDI. So application development framework DI, data integrator. So this is equal to web ADI in EBS. So here the web ADI functionality is available in payables and receivables applications also. Not only this, in many applications they introduce this web ADI function as ADFDI. Now we know in EBS, if you want to create the journals in GL or assets in FA, we don't need to install any additional plugin for this ADFDI. Directly you can find the navigation. You can just go through that navigation, then we'll be connecting to the spreadsheet. It will create the framework, relevant framework based on the layout which you are selecting. But here, if you want to work on ADFDI in Fusion environment, first you have to install that ADFDI file, and just you have to download and install in the client machine. So then only this functionality will support from any client system. Okay. So now basically if you want to install this ADFDI, so you normally they provide the link under tools. So here they provide the link called as download ADF desktop integrator. Okay, here is the link. From here you can download and you can install into our machine. Okay, so now we'll download and we'll install. We'll see the process after installing. So this file what we are downloading and installing in our machine, that will support for many spreadsheet related functions. We'll come to know where it would be useful. Primarily this is we can use to create the invoices through spreadsheet. Okay, we'll just look at this process. So just click on download. There's some issue with this link. So now what we can do is I have that same file here. I'll be sharing the same file with you guys. Like what I'll do is, see here the extension is exe file. So I'll place this file in the Google Drive. Basically Google doesn't support to share the exe files across. So what I'll do is when if I to send this file, since we cannot send through Google accounts, I'll just change the extension from exe to ERP3. Now Google won't consider this is exe file. It will allow us to share. Once you receive this file, or else I'll place this file in the Google Drive. I'll place this file with this .erp3 extension, and you can download into your machine. Okay, and after downloading into your machine, after taking this into your machine, you can change to exe only. Now this will be available to download. Okay, you can just you can install it. So you can from Google Drive you can download into your machine, and you can change the extension to exe from some other extension, whichever whatever I'm going to mention, then you can install it to your machine, then you can start working on it. Okay, so we'll do in that way. For now, we'll see how to install it. If you want to install this, right click and select option called as run as administrator. Okay, the same file I'll be sharing by changing the extension. Once you get into your machine through Google Drive, you just change the extension back to exe. Okay, I'll just change to erp3.erp3. Once you get into your machine from Google Drive, you change to just set back to exe, then you can install into your machine, then you will be able to connect to ADFDA function wherever it is applicable in the Fusion applications. So just go with the option called as run as administrator. Don't run directly. Don't, if you double click also it will get installed. In some scenarios it won't support. So what we should do is we have to install as an administrator. So right click and say run as administrator. Say yes. Just click on install. Just wait for a while, it will be finished. Yeah, done. Installation complete, and say okay. After installing it, what we have to do is we have to go to the same spreadsheet. We have to make sure that few checkboxes are enabled, which will support this ADFDI functionality in spreadsheet. Go to Excel options. Go to Trust Center. Okay, within the Excel options, go to Trust Center. In Trust Center, go to Trust Center settings. And here you can go to macro settings and make sure that you enable these two checkboxes. Okay, enable all macros. Trust access to the VBA project object model. Just enable this to just make sure that this radio option, this checkbox is enabled. Okay, if that is enabled, we'll be able to create the invoices through spreadsheet by using ADFDI function. Already ADFDI we installed in this machine. We'll be able to connect from our application. Okay, so these are the points we have to notice. Now we'll see how to create the invoice from spreadsheet. Fine. So this we can close